When I turned 8, my mom sold me to the cartel for a lifetime supply of drugs. I didn't understand anything, what was going on. Sometimes I felt dead inside, I didn't know. Early on, I started going to drugs. I was on meth, I was doing weed, I was doing coke, like I was doing almost everything just to numb the pain. And I've been killed almost too many times to count. I've been shot, stabbed, been kidnapped. And like I just remember praying and hearing myself talk, God has a better plan for me. I'm gonna get out of this. I don't know when, but I know.
Pretty much my whole life, all I ever wanted to be was a mom. And so I was married for several years and we tried to have babies and went through multiple fertility doctors and treatments and a lot of frustration. It was a roller coaster ride, and I really feel like, it caused our divorce and just the strain of not being able to have children.
I was in CPS since I was 15 all the way up to close to my 18th birthday. I want a foster home setting. Like I was tired of the structure, like facility type structures. Like it wasn't working for me. It just made me more angry. I didn't have no freedom. So Hope Rising called and said they're interested. So then I had an interview, and after that, about 2 weeks later, I moved in at the Meadows.
I had the realization that I was probably never ever going to be a mom, and that was really hard for me, and I was angry. I had a huge hole in my heart. I had been putting on my prayer request, asking the Lord to use me for a greater purpose, and at that point I was volunteering a lot. I was doing a lot of different things. I remember watching a video about Hope Rising when they first introduced it to the church, and I was drawn to keep going back for about a year and a half, volunteering like twice a week and just grooming horses and brushing horses and bathing horses and just being in that environment, knowing that I was doing something. And then finally, in December of 2017, they had their first foster daughter, and I met her.
We met when I first came to the Hope Rising house, and they asked me, do I want to come help set up the other foster house? I was like, sure, I'm at the house, I have nothing to do, I want to come help.
Faith was the first one. She actually had come over here when I was getting the house ready, and little did she know she was painting her own bedroom.
And I remember asking her, I was like, I want to come live with you. Like, I really want to live with you. She said, maybe that can happen. My heart was like, oh yes, this would be the perfect place for me.
When they asked me, would you ever consider being a foster parent? I didn't hesitate. I didn't, say I have to get back to you or anything. I could hear Mark in my head, and I said, I'm all in. I just felt that this journey was exactly what God had intended for me all along. He didn't give me babies, but He was going to give me girls to foster, and it all made sense.
I was a dropout, 8th grade dropout. I didn't think I was ever going back to school. I thought that I was going to end up dead on the streets or living on the streets for the rest of my life. Just going to be a dropout. And now having a mom that actually cares, and a family that actually cares, that wants me to do better for myself. This is my senior year. I'm going to graduate. I'm going to college. Never thought I'd go to college.
Had I not made those sacrifices that I made, I wouldn't have the life that I now live. One, I would have never had the opportunity to be a mom to these girls that have come in and out of my life, and I've been able to love on them, share gospel with them.
When I first moved in with my mom, we went to First Thursday. It was the first time we went. She was like, I want to take you out to my church, and I was like, okay. My journey with COF has been amazing. I gave my life to God there. I have been baptized there. They have COF. If it wasn't for COF, I wouldn't be as close to God as I am now.
hearing my girls sing about their love for the Lord and the words that they're singing, and going to church and watching them raise their hands and sing their hearts out and praise Jesus. Those are sacred moments for me. And then to have Faith become my adopted daughter is unbelievable. I'm going to have grandchildren someday. So the sacrifices were well worth it. And as far as like a dream life or any of that, that doesn't really exist because I tried that on my own, and, you know, thinking that I'd lived a life that was privileged and had nice cars and had nice things, material things, and life is really simple now. It's richer than I could ever imagine, for sure.